everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, my name is Fiona and I love all things arty. And in today's video, I'm showing you my paint by numbers process. So paint by numbers is not something that I thought that I would ever really like, but one day my mum had bought one and she never got around to starting it and sort of just tossed it my way and said, hey, did you want to do this paint by numbers? And I gave it a try, and ever since then I've been totally hooked by accident. So then I ordered more thinking I'm never going to get these done. They're just way too much, but I've just done one after another. So the way I go about my paint by numbers is a little bit different to usually. I'm definitely not saying that mine is the right way to do it, and it might even make you cringe a little bit if you are a perfectionist, which I am not a perfectionist. I'm more, I'm going to say a passionist, if that's even a word. I'm just passionate about art and I just love to do it. So I don't get caught up in the perfectionism of it. I just really enjoy the process of doing it. And I'm more of a pencil artist, and I'm by no means a painter, but since trying the paint by numbers, I'm definitely learning a lot and gaining a lot more confidence. So yeah, I believe this one is from Temu, but I also do shop from AliExpress a lot and Shein. I've even done some Kmart ones as well, which have turned out really well. So what I do is when it arrives, I unroll it and I start by ironing it. So I put a towel over the canvas and I iron it as much as I can. You'll see in this one I haven't gotten all the creases out completely, but I do end up framing them, which gets all the creases out and you can't really tell. And then I do go over it with a clear gesso, which acts as a primer, and you get better coverage and avoid those little white spots that you get when you don't use it. And then I just start painting. So I'm not precious about staying in the lines. And I just use that first layer of following the numbers and the shapes as my base. And then this is my chance to unwind, and I put on a favourite podcast or listen to some music. It's so therapeutic. It's almost like completing an easy puzzle at the first stage. So yeah, I just use the number guide as my base and to get all the colours down. Then I step back and I assess, and I usually hate the way it looks, probably because I haven't done it very neatly. But even if I had, I find it just looks very cartoonish and flat. So then I stand back and I look at it, and then I look at what was advertised, as you can see me holding in my hand, and then I disregard all the numbers and I just go in and I go over it and over it with the colours that I think will work, and I blend. I hate the look of when one colour stops and the other colour starts, so I really go in and blend. I use a bit of water as well to help blend it, and I go over it. You know, if I think it needs a bit of pink in one section, I'll add a bit of pink. If I think it needs extra shading, I will add extra shading or more highlights. And I just blend and I layer and I keep going over it and over it. The whole point is just not to be scared, just to get in there and have a go of it. And if you've bought them off Temu or Shein, chances are you haven't spent that much money on them anyway. But you can always go over things with paint and fix it. And if it's something like flowers, it's not too hard to get wrong, but I'm thinking with a portrait might be a bit more tricky to do what I'm doing. And I just love the look of it more. It just gets that depth and looks more like a real painting, not just like you've copied somebody else's design for it. And I actually just think it's just a fun way to learn how to paint. It's like the paint by numbers just works as your guide and your starting point instead of having a blank canvas, which can be very intimidating. And like I said, I'm sort of gaining a lot more confidence with painting in general. And I can't stress this enough. Shouldn't say stress, because it's actually such a relaxing and unwinding hobby to try. If you're looking to maybe get off your phone a bit more and do something for yourself and a bit more creative and just something different, I highly recommend giving it a try. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this process. It's probably not for everybody. It is a bit different, But if you've tried it, leave a comment down below and let me know how you've gone. You can even get a bit rebellious. Like I started adding berries to mine and just adding different colours, and I just got a bit carried away. And like, no one is going to bang the door down and say, hey, you're doing this paint by numbers wrong, you're not going in the lines, you're not using the right colours. It's just art, like, and it's all about the process and enjoying it and possibly coming up with a beautiful piece that you almost painted yourself instead of, copying an actual paint by numbers. Here's how it turned out. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments down below if you think you might give this method a try. And you can see the creases a lot, but once I frame it, I think that they will come out. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.